Do puppies get bloody diarrhea because of swallowing their own teeth? That's a myth, and we're going to discuss this today. So, puppies do shed their teeth from around 6 to 12 weeks, and around this time, some of them tend to develop diarrhea, become really sick, and that's why this myth is very common. So puppies will tend to diarrhea for a couple of reasons, but the main ones being, number one, when they're not dewormed, or when they're heavily infested with worms, especially hookworms. Number two is when there's dietary changes. If you introduce food too early, or you give them things like cow's milk, they're probably going to diarrhea. And number three, and most importantly, is when they are infected by a virus called parvovirus. Now, parvovirus tends to be common around this age, number one, because when puppies are born, besides getting nutrition from their mother's milk, the mother also passes antibodies, which are essential to protect the puppy from different kinds of diseases up to a certain age. So when they start shedding their teeth at the age I've spoken about earlier, it the maternal antibodies tend to start waning off, so they are too low to protect the animal from diseases. Number two, when they're shedding teeth, it's a very stressful process. It's painful, and cortisol levels are high, which means their immunity is compromised, and they're susceptible to different kinds of infections. Now, parvo can exist in the environment for a very long time, especially if disinfection is not done effectively, but they're also very susceptible to common disinfectants. So one of the most common ways of preventing future attacks, especially if you're a breeder or you breed your dogs, is to disinfect the kennels or the environment where the puppies are going to interact. Number two is by making sure the basics of deworming are up to standard. So we start deworming from 2 weeks in puppies, repeat every 2 weeks until they're 3 months old, and then every month till they're 6 months old, then every 3 months for life. Number three, and most importantly, is by vaccinating your puppies. So typically we do that from 6 weeks of age, but in certain breeds that have been shown to generally get the disease even earlier than 6 weeks, like your German Shepherd, mostly large breeds, German Shepherds, Boer Bells, even mid-sized breeds like Labradors, we tend to do that even earlier at 4 weeks. And we're still not sure why exactly they tend to get the disease earlier than that. But there's something called the window of susceptibility, which is the period where